Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 711. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, and Laura and I both use the she, her pronouns. Um, we recorded late last week because I was sick and didn't have a voice for a couple of days. And so it's only been like 4 days since we recorded. And in those 4 days, both of my partners are sick as well. So I haven't gotten a ton finished. I've worked a little bit on several things, so hopefully it's enough to warrant an episode. Um, but if nothing else, you get to see Laura's gorgeous recalibrate out of
Oh,
handspun.
I
So,
am still dressed for work. I have two recalibrates, and this is a Sheena Lens Designs pattern. Both are out of 100% handspun. This one is a mashup of some fleece, some CVM fleece that was spun woolen, some Hello yarn, and some wee chickadee. Um, Jordan is someone who attends SSK. She tried
hmm
on a recalibrate either this year or last year that was cropped, and I really and like not as oversized.
hmm
And I, as you will find out, am in a very much like vest type mood. So it's giving like vest with sleeves, vest adjacent energy. So I might be making a third one, but not anytime soon. Because I have like several vests that I want to cast on. I'm invested in some vests.
InVESTed. There's an
Yep.
episode title right there. Okay, well, do you want to talk about what you're working on, or do you want me to go?
If you, I'm fixing a mistake right now. If you
Okay,
want to talk,
sure.
that would be superb.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm working on is um, the girlfriend's cardigan, and I'm knitting this out of the bluish is the mini pearl colorway by Republica Unicornia, and then the fuzzy is confetti in the Surrey Alpaca by Camellia Fiber or Yarn Company, the Nashville local
Yeah.
company. Um, so I've been working on that off and on. Holding the yarn doubled is annoying because I constantly skip a stitch or two with one of them. So every time I get annoyed, I put it down and work on something else, which
Gotcha.
isn't super good for getting things accomplished, but you know. And then I'm working on my shake rag. So I finished a stripe since the last time that we talked. So 6 rows, and I'm using Ito Kinu, which is 100% silk, and all the stuff that we talk about, including links to the projects or the patterns in question, are on our show notes, and our show notes are on our website, TheKnitGirls, 3ls.com. So this looks basically the same as every other time that you've seen it, but it's about an inch longer. So the you get this striped effect by holding the yarn singled and doubled, then singled and doubled, um, which is cool. I'm knitting it on a size 6, which is a 4mm needle. Um, and yeah, this is another stockinette project that is not the most exciting thing, but it's good for when you have no brain power because you're sick. Um, Presuming that you're actually being productive and not just playing stupid games on your phone. Um,
Hey, gotta save those babies.
yeah. Um, I've also been working on the little chickens, the little, I forget what they're called, Daisy something chickens?
Granny
Spring
Square
Court.
Chickens by Sweet
Yeah,
Coffees.
there we go. So I've got one that I had made, and it was fully done already, and that was this one. And I think I
Cute.
have 8 or 9 more to make. Most of them are mostly done. So I've got this one and this one. This one. So I've got a lot. And I've done everything up to the point of stuffing them. And my idea was to use some like knee-high pantyhose and stuff it with a little bit of these like weighted beads, the poly
Oh,
pellets,
interesting. Yeah.
and just a little bit, and then mostly polyfill. So it gives
Mm-hmm.
it a little weight so it sits nicely, but it also gives it like a shape. So yeah, there's 7 that are in progress. But I have gone to a couple of stores. Like I went to a Dollar Tree and a grocery store looking for knee highs, and apparently it's not a thing that you see anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
So like if I went to Walmart or something, I could find them, I've no doubt, but um, I just haven't made the trip yet. So,
Gotcha.
but I got a lot of the crocheting done on them, and I'm looking forward to them being finished because while they're super cute, only a little bit of it is actually crochet, and the rest of it is seaming and doing tiny little bits and bobs, which is not my favorite.
Got.
Um, and then I swatched
Oh,
for
cool.
Jethro, which is Tanis Lavelle. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her name. Tanis Fiber Arts pattern.
Yep, she dyes yarn. She's got gorgeous yarn.
hmm so it's a pattern that's made primarily out of granny squares, and then the um, button band, hem, and sleeves are all knit. Um, and I picked out yarn for this at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, and I need 4 colors per square, and I think I got 6 colors plus the main color. Um, and I went up a hook size, and it's still almost an inch too small. So,
Mhm.
um, which is fine. It just means I have to go up. I probably will go up 2 hook sizes, and
Can
swatch
you just
again.
make more squares?
So the problem with this is because with knitting, like you can add or subtract stitches to
Mm-hmm.
get it to the right size. With this, it's harder because each square is a set size, right? And so if
Yeah.
you adjust the number of squares, it's a huge difference in size. And so because of that, there's not a ton of sizes. The range is great, but just because of logistics, I think the size options are these are in inches. The finished chest sizes, so this doesn't count any E's, is 34 and a half, 42 and a quarter, 49, 59 and a quarter, 69, and 78 and 3/4. So it's like 10 inches difference once you get past 42 chests. So
Gotcha.
I'm already doing a bigger size than I would like, and I just don't want to have to try to figure out the math. So, yeah, I'm going to pull this out and re-swatch in a larger hook size. So I tried it. It calls for a 3.75 millimeter. I tried it with a 4. So I don't really, don't know if crochet hooks go like by the 1/4 millimeter or if there's like a 4.25 or if it goes straight up to
Yeah, I
4.5.
can
I don't know.
Google that for you.
Um, but I'm going to go up at least 1 size, potentially 2 sizes. We'll see. And swatch again. And this isn't even washed, but even once I wash it, it's not going to grow an inch. Like, because I'm sitting
So,
trying to stretch it and it's not stretching.
all
So,
right, an F is a 4.0 millimeter, a
yeah, that's what I
G is a
used.
4.5, an H
Okay.
is a 5, and I would be a 5.5.
Okay. So I'll go up to a 4.5. and try that. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll go up to a 5. Thank you for looking that up.
I mean, that was just a chart on Etsy. So,
I mean, it gives me somewhere to start. So,
yeah,
yeah, that's a ton of me talking. So hopefully it gave you a chance to fix whatever you were working on.
I just can't
Uh,
count to two.
oh, yeah.
But,
I was telling
oh,
Amanda that like that's one of the core tenets of being a crafter is like, do you know how to count and are you prepared to be wrong all the time? Because that's just how it works.
sometimes, yeah. I also think I twisted my join, but I can fix that because I'm still on the first row. Um, so I started something new.
I see. What is it?
So this is what I swatched for last week. It is the Goodwin Folly vest. And I am knitting it out of some very, very old stash. Some stash from Arkansas Fiber Festival, which has not been in existence for a very long time. This is Stable of Horses Worsted by Alicia Goes Around. Um, and I have, I think, 6 skeins of it, so around 1,200 yards. Um, and it is a superwash merino wool. And it has just been, it's gorgeous, but it's just been in the stash for a very long time. So I swatched for this on size 5 needles. I was trying to get a square the size of 6 inches. This is closer to 7.5.
Oof.
So, the pattern calls for 7s. I went down to 5s. I'm now on 3s. Um,
Oh.
it's fine. It's worsted weight, but this was a little bit loose for my taste anyways. I felt like it
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit loose. So, and I went down to 3s for the ribbing, and I'll probably go up to 4s for the body. I'm gonna see how it looks. I am not swatching again, so we're just doing it live. Um,
This is the Thea Coleman pattern.
this is a Thea Coleman pattern,
Okay.
absolutely, and it is just a basic vest that is cropped. And I am looking to wear it with, I have a bunch of tunics and dresses that I wear on the daily to work with some high-waisted pants, the tunics. So I'm looking for something to layer over because a lot of times when I have hot flashes, they are in the very morning and then I am cold. Um, by like 10 o'clock in the morning. So, layers are good. Being able to
Mm-hmm.
adjust layers are nice. I do not like sleeves that come below my elbow anytime. Um, and I can say that because I live in Mississippi, so it's not real cold here. But even if I have sleeves, I'm constantly pushing them up. Um, so I'm gonna give vests a try. I have this one on my list, and then I have a Vanessa Smith that I want to knit after that. So I'm excited to be doing some vests. So that is the main thing that is new. And then the other thing, because I finished my socks last week and I'm still spinning for, well, I'm ready to soak a skein for my next pair of socks. Ooh, that was just yarn barf. Um, I had volleyball last night, so I got some progress on this. This is the easy one by Martina Bem. Oop. It is one skein. It can be a one skein shawl. It's more like a scarf, and it is perfect for variegated yarn. I am now going the opposite direction. So it is a series of short rows right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just super fun. So I have this much yarn left. I went to 102 stitches, I believe, before I started switching to the second section. So I'm getting there. I'm almost done. Worked my way across. So yeah, it's a nice slanty, like,
Yeah.
I knit one of these last year and gave it to my grandma, and this was a sample for SSK. This was our goodie bag yarn by Supernova Dye Works, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just super fun. So I will give this to a work friend that I think will really enjoy the colors and just really enjoy the pizzazz of it. So that is being knit on size 3 needles, I believe. I have not touched my look at my holes. I made a mistake and I need to fix it, and I'm just not in the mood for it. So I have nothing finished. And those are the only two things on my needles right now. Although I'm debating on a pumpkin baby hat. It's pretty hardcore right now.
Mm,
So, because
yeah,
I
you've
do
knit
have
several of
some,
those over the years.
yeah, and I really enjoy them and they're fun. And I
Yeah.
have some pregnant people in my life right now. So I might as well enjoy spoiling them a little bit.
That's awesome. They're always a big hit with the moms, it seems like. So,
Yeah, people enjoy hand knits in general, usually. If they don't enjoy them, they don't get them.
yeah.
It's pretty simple. That math be mathin' on that one. And I am 100% sure that I twisted this cast on, but I will fix it. Now
Yeah,
that I
I've
say that.
definitely done that where I've been like, I just fudged that first row where it joins,
Yeah,
just
you can
twist it a
fix
little
it
bit.
that first row by untwisting it
Yeah,
at that moment, but once you get past there, oof.
yeah. So I've been on a mission for the past couple weeks, to figure out a better way to do half square triangles. So this is a quilting thing.
Okay.
Um, but I talked with Amy Beth about it, and I talked with your mom about it at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like explaining what I wanted and couldn't find it. And so I was asking her opinion, like, have you seen anything like this? Do you have a better idea? How do you do this? Um, and so I got some good input from her. But basically, one of the like core things in quilting is to um, you take a square of fabric, you sew a couple of lines. I mean, there's two squares together, right? You sew a couple of lines and then you cut down the middle, and then suddenly you've got two blocks. Sorry if you can hear the dog. It's dinner time, so he's a little nuts. Um, and generally, the way that you mark the square is you have something like this. It's like a little ruler thing that's a ½ inch wide, and it's got these little holes in the center. And so you would stick it on your square and you would mark on either side and in the middle. Um, and it ends up looking kind of like this, these three lines. So you sew on the two outer lines and then you cut across that inner line. And I hate doing this because while you have this down on your fabric, you have to work around where you're holding it, and inevitably it shifts, and that drives me nuts. So I didn't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
Uh, so let me clear this off. So I was asking Nikki, your mom, about
Yep.
um, what I wanted was like a stamp, like a, how you are thinking like a date stamp, not like a punch out, but like a stamp, that would have just three lines on it, right? That you could just stamp across the thing because that would make life so much easier. But it needed to be in something that washed out, right? It couldn't be a permanent ink. That was the idea. That doesn't exist, at least in any way that I've found through my searching on the internet. So instead, I thought, what about a stencil? And there's something that exists from a company called Full Line Stencils that's similar, but it's only for 10-inch squares. Like there's only one size and it's a 10-inch square, which is not
Okay.
what I wanted. So I pulled out my Cricut that I've had since 2019 and spent
You've
some
used that quite
time.
a bit. Yeah.
I really have. I've definitely got my money's worth out of that thing. Um, and spent some time cursing at trying to get it to connect to my Mac, and tried my MacBook, tried my iPad, tried a Windows device, nothing would work, called the help desk, and immediately realized it was a me problem, not a them problem. Um, anyway, got it connected and created the stencil that has got the three lines that I want and made it to the size that perfectly matches the particular squares that I'm doing. Like you could make it any size, right? But I'm just
Yeah.
making to the exact size. And so what I'm doing is I'm combining that with another quilter's tool called the Quilt Pounce. And it's basically a bag of chalk dust. So, and you just
Mhm.
like you can,
Yeah.
you get dust on it or whatever. And that washes out fine, and it comes out of your machine fine too. So it's not a thing to worry about. So um, I just sort of swipe it across, and then I end up with my nice 3 lines.
Cool.
So um, this is the finished product. I went through like a cardstock version and a paper version to testing to try to get it exactly the way that I wanted. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. If you are a quilter and you do half square triangles, I mean, if you're a quilter, you've definitely done half square triangles. Um, what do you think about it? Is there a better way to do this that I'm not thinking of? Is there a tool like this that exists already that I could have saved myself a lot of time on? But I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and it's going to work exactly the way that I want. So, but if there's a better way to do it in the future, I would sure love to know it. Um, I have no spinning, or
I don't
sewing.
really either. I've been working on some secret projects this week, spinning wise, but I will have some stuff to show y'all next week.
Hmm. You have some finished stuff, right? You said you finished
No.
your socks? Oh,
I
that was from
finished them
last
last
week.
week.
Okay, all right.
I did not do anything with show notes.
Okay.
So I should do that right now. But yeah, nope. I haven't done any finishing. I finished my socks and the baby pants last week, and still working on the weed chickadee on the Polworth that is sitting beside me, but the problem is I have to empty bobbins before I can
Hmm.
spin. So need to get some plying done, and just worked on some secret stuff for an article for Ply. So sent that off on its way. That'll be in the experiments edition. And yeah, working on some sock yarn. Besides that, I've just been reading The Enchanted Greenhouse, Taskmaster is back,
Mm-hmm.
Great British Sewing Bee ended, Sister Boniface is back, and football is back. So I watched the Eagles and Chiefs game the other day. Um, N'Kobe is not back playing yet, so hopefully soon he'll be healed and can be
Hmm.
playing again. But yeah, just doing the things, getting stuff done. Nothing super exciting. But what have you been up to?
Um, so I've been listening to the Murderbot Diaries. It's a humorous sci-fi series. I'm on the fifth book called Network Effect. The books have all been like 3 to 4 hours. This one is longer. I think it's like 10 hours, which is nice. I like the characters. And that's by Martha Wells. I'm still reading Babel by R.F. Kuang, which is like a fantasy sci-fi. And then I started, at the recommendation of a friend, a book called The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. And it's just talking about, it talks a lot about trauma, but it's also just about living in this world today and what we sort of expect of ourselves and how crazy that is. Um, but I'm only a few chapters in, but it's good. So,
Are you listening to it or are you reading it?
I'm listening to it. I borrowed it on Libby from my local library.
Cool.
So, I did watch the first Taskmaster. I made Amanda and Christine watch it as well. Um, it was pretty funny. So I don't know anybody on this series. Like I don't know any of the cast on the
I knew
series.
one, but yeah,
Um, the Maisie Adam is sort of familiar. I think I've
yeah.
seen her in something.
She does a lot of the like the Jimmy
Oh, the other circuit, the other comedy
yeah.
show circuit. Yeah. So she's sort of vaguely familiar, but I will say that the older guy at the very end, I can't remember his name. I don't, Maisie's the only name I know at the moment. But he's very funny. He's giving me like Joe brand vibes, so uh,
Yes.
I dig him.
I love the older contestants on Taskmaster
Yeah.
because they have nothing that they're not going to do anything that they don't want to do. One of my
Or at a
favorites,
speed that they don't want to do.
yeah, I love Joe Brand for that, but also, oh, what was his name when they had to drive the little cars and figure out the like driving lessons, and he just was
Uh-huh.
like, "I'm done," and he just drove through.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember
Uh,
his name.
yes. Oh my goodness. He was on season 15, I think, or
I don't
16.
remember
Yes,
season
I can
numbers.
remember. He sat on the far left.
Julian something.
Yes, there you go. Yes, that's correct. Um, Cleary. Julian Cleary.
Yes, he was very funny in that way.
Yeah. Um, but
And
yeah,
just his
that's
disdain for Alex is very funny.
yeah, it really it felt very genuine and funny at the same time. So yeah, I liked him a lot. Um, yeah, because that was the same season as Sue
Hmm.
and Susan. Sue
Yep.
Perkins, that's who I'm thinking of.
And the
And
guy
Susan
from
Wokoma.
Australia,
Oh yeah. He was the one that won that series. I can't remember his name. But
Sam.
yeah,
Yep.
that's all I've got. I don't have anything else going on. Hopefully I'll have some stuffed chickens next time. Um,
Be exciting.
yeah. Maybe I'll have some sewn blocks. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully, I'll have a lot more of a vest in progress.
it looks like it'll be like a relatively quick knit, like comparatively, because it's a heavier weight and it's kind of cropped and has no sleeves. So
Yeah.
that would be nice, like a quicker gratification kind of thing.
Yep. Definitely. I mean, I don't knit with worsted much anymore, but
Hmm.
also I have to go down to size 3 with worsted. Oh, it's fine.
Everything's fine.
I'll be all right. But hopefully it'll be a nice layer piece. That's what I'm really
Hmm.
looking for in my wardrobe. I've just been really focused on capsule wardrobe kind of
Yeah.
mentality right now, and um not just buying to buy. I love Aja Barber's Patreon for she's the author of Consumed, and she's got just a really, really good outlook on clothing and purchasing of clothing. And anyway, I really like her Patreon, so I've been more intentional with what I'm purchasing, but also just thinking about that capsule wardrobe, which also includes overalls. So,
I mean, I feel like it's at least 40% overalls.
I mean, not to work because I can't wear them to work, but outside of work, absolutely.
That's lame. They're pants.
I mean, by that definition,
Mhm.
I could wear a lot of different things to work.
This is true.
But yeah, it's fine. I wear them sometimes on Fridays, but we're doing college for Fridays right now. So I'll wear my Kobe Dean jersey this Friday, his Georgia jersey. So yeah. Um, but I hope everyone has a really good week. And oh, my big news, since I've told you I can tell the world, I am going to be one of the editors for Pearl Magazine. So my official title is the developmental editor. So Pearl Magazine is going to be it's part of the Ply and Weft universe. It is a new knitting magazine that is currently being kickstarted, and I am super excited. I get to developmental editor means that I am like the ideas person, which is like my favorite thing to do. I am all ideas and no follow through. So If I can do that, that is amazing. So that is something that is going to be happening. I get to see my name beside the word editor in a
Mhm.
magazine, and I'm super stoked about that.
You
So,
are
and I can't
very
wait to
fancy.
share that with my children today, who one of which made me the sweetest card. So, right before we go, I read the first chapter of Ghost by Jason Reynolds to my students. I use it to model word connotation, but also how you can annotate text in library books with post-it notes versus like marking up text. Um, and one of the parts of that book is about the Guinness World Records. And there's the main character is told by a shop owner that he can be someone someday. And so one of my kids wrote me a "You are the best librarian" card, like, and made a little fake Guinness World Records thing on it.
Oh,
And it was very, very sweet. So,
that's
and then he
cute.
owed me 75 cents and he put $1 in it. So I have to find a
Oh,
quarter for him tomorrow. Because if my kids are short a little bit of lunch money, we
right.
make it work, you know? You got to do what
Yeah.
you got to do. So,
Well,
yeah, it was
congratulations. It's
super cute.
amazing that you are, I mean, it's not super surprising or anything, but I am very excited for you and I'm excited for all the ideas that you're going to sort of exude at your fellow editors and management team and hopefully be able to find writers and designers and just content folks to help realize some of those brilliant ideas. So,
For this first issue of Pearl, we are doing it about cast-ons, but there's kind of a quicker turnover on this one than there typically is. But there will be, if you are interested in writing for Pearl or designing for Pearl, there will be a mood board moving forward, and you can always email ideas to me at laura@pearlmagazine.com. So yeah,
hmm,
or just look, I got fancy email.
you
Um,
do.
or Laura at the Knit Girls. So it's super fun. I'm excited about it. It's a good
Yeah,
role. It's a good
it
fit, I feel
is.
like. So
I think it's well deserved. So,
thank you, friend.
and yeah, I think the Kickstarter's still live, right? They hit
Yep.
their main goal, but I think they have a couple of stretch ones.
They do have some stretch goals. So Pearl is going to be mainly just like ply and weft. It is going to be a lot of research and information articles with like 4 supporting patterns. Um, and one of the stretch goals is a coloring sheet that's illustrated by Franklin Habit. And
Hmm.
then Franklin will also do like a cartoon for the magazine if it hits another point. And yeah, there's some fun stretch goals along the way. The best way to subscribe to the magazine is through the Kickstarter. I will put a link in the show notes. It is $50 for 4 issues a year, and that includes digital and print. And there's some other options. There's a lot of different options because it's a
Mm-hmm.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But I will link it in the show notes and y'all can take a look and see what you think. But yeah, the first issue will be out in August of 2026. It is incredible as long as I've been working in magazines, I always forget how long it takes
Yeah.
between and now like even more because I'm seeing more of the behind the scenes stuff.
Hmm.
How long it takes for a magazine to be made.
There's a lot of little things, and everybody needs time to do those little things, and so
Oh
it
yeah.
it builds on itself and all
And
that.
I'm
But
constantly late on my deadlines. So and Karen has to put up with me.
I
But
doubt
I
you're
get
the
it
only
done in the
one.
end.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
Okay.
are
Well,
at, let me see where they're at now. Oh, I might have to refresh because I went past that. Um, they're at 86,000, which is exciting.
yeah.
So yeah, with 20 days to go.
Like Laura said, she'll put a link in the show notes for if you are interested in supporting them. Um, you can get a magazine that has been, at least in some part, edited by Laura Lindemann. So that's pretty exciting. Um, but yeah, I think that that's all I've got. So like Laura said, we hope you have a lovely week and weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.